Hi.
Hi. There we go. Connection was
How are you,
taking.
Jay?
I'm doing well, and you? How are you?
Fine. Sorry for delay. I
No
just
problem.
I just catch the time.
Okay. Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, I'm actually finishing at 7, so I can carry on talking for our whole lesson. It would be the end of my work schedule, so I can just carry on. So it's fine.
Okay, perfect. So how are you? How was
I'm
the day
good.
with Corona?
It's fine. We're still in lockdown. We're on day 6 of our lockdown of 21 days. So tomorrow will be the first week, and then we have 2 more weeks. Maybe beyond that, maybe, but I don't think so. A lot of people have said we don't have a good economy to make our workers, or to have the whole country stop for longer than that would impact us
Yes,
way worse. Yeah.
yes, but it's a perfect decision.
Hmm.
Looking out people in 21 days.
Yeah.
I wish my country was make this kind of decision, but we just not let over age 65 to go out. Below 65, they just suggested people, if you don't have any important jobs, just stay home. But it doesn't work because the first 14 day after the catch by the virus, not to spread other people. So at least you should lock down everyone minimum 14 or 15 days. Then even someone have the virus, someone have the virus, has the virus.
Even if someone has the virus, might be
even if someone has the virus, they can't spread it away. So
they can't spread it around. Maybe spread it around.
May spread it around, of course. And I don't know why my country still didn't take a decision like that.
Still hasn't made a decision like that.
Nice.
Yeah. Still hasn't made a decision. Yeah, it is a big problem. Obviously, if you're saying, sorry, you said 65, but we would say 65-year-olds. That's sort of a noun. If we put the hyphens between it, a 65-year-old, that's a noun for a person who is 65. Obviously, with different ages, it works the same. My son is 3 years old. He is a 3-year-old boy. You can kind of use it as a noun or an adjective.
Yes, I know.
So yeah, we would use it like that, and maybe that's good. Maybe preventing people who are 65 from going out is good, but what about the people who live with them? It's not just that 65-year-olds and above will get hurt.
Obviously. As a matter of fact, I don't think they taught these details.
Oh yeah.
But also when you left people at home.
When you leave people at home.
When you leave people at home over 65 years old, it's not working. I think it won't work.
Yeah.
We should capture everyone.
It might work a little bit, it might slow it down a little bit, but it's not exactly going to cure anything. It's going to be like 10% of a decrease, and you need it to be 100%.
They just would like to protect them because the range of their age are in risky.
Yeah,
group.
They're in a risky. Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that someone at the age 40 wouldn't be die. Wouldn't be dead. Sorry.
Wouldn't die. We would just say
wouldn't die. No,
yes,
wouldn't die. Wouldn't be dead from the virus.
Wouldn't die from the virus. Wouldn't die from the virus. Yeah.
Okay. Isn't it passive? Shouldn't it be passive?
Well, we're kind of talking about the past tense, essentially, in that sentence.
Yes.
If someone was younger, it's past tense kind of probability thing. They wouldn't die from the virus. It would be past tense. They won't die from the virus, you could also say. It's just a different tense. It's not exactly right now.
Okay. Die is an active verb. Maybe if you use kill, it can be passive.
Yeah, wouldn't be killed by the virus. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that would work.
Okay.
But we wouldn't really say that. For some reason, the virus, we don't treat it as like a murder or anything, even though it's the virus that kills people.
I just tried to give an example.
Yeah, but I'm just kind of confused because we should kind of probably call it killed by cancer, but you don't. I guess it's because
or maybe in polite way, passed away.
Yes, that would be probably the better way of saying it. Yeah, they passed away. It's a little bit better to say that.
Passed where?
Yeah.
Other world.
Yeah. They kicked the bucket is the worst one, I think. Yeah, this is supposed to mean they died, but it means almost nothing. Like, yeah, I don't know what you're saying there, really. But
language, totally different.
It's weird,
of course.
Yeah, it's very weird.
In here in Turkish, we have same differences: polite way or ugly way. Yes. For example, for animal. Yes, for animals, we don't use the same word which we use for humans.
Oh,
totally different. Yes, totally.
That's quite interesting.
Yes.
And yeah, why don't you? Is that just part of your culture, or is there another reason?
It's a part of our culture. Actually, it's not our culture. It's the culture of human being, because human beings, as you know, don't respect the animal life. They talk about animals as thing, not a alive being. Just they are talking about in English also same. We call them it, not he or she.
Yeah.
So same. That's why they never say they killed or they died or they passed away. Totally different verb for them. Something like just eliminated.
Yeah. The only time
number of ships, 65 of ships, just be eliminated. They're talking something like about, for example, it's 65 of books burned in the library.
Yes.
So similar approach.
Yeah, that's quite interesting, because talking about animals and talking about, saying it and that stuff, like you're saying here, we also have things like when you have a pet passes away. Yeah, my cat Fluffy passed away. It didn't die, it wasn't killed, it passed away because we treat it as family.
Because
like
we love them like our child.
Yeah.
My boy, my girl. We never talk about them with it. He or she we use.
As it. But we never talk about them as it, or using the word it.
Okay. And but if it's an animal, wild animal, or or a farm animal, people started to be violent and approach them like they are thing, not an alive being.
Yeah,
because we slaughter them and eat.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, exactly.
Not my family, not me. Our group is trying to be vegan. But
oh yes, yeah.
Most of people try to eat them.
Yeah. So why are you trying to be vegan? I think we did talk about this.
Just because of health reasons.
Okay.
I would like to live healthy.
Mhm.
I don't have any health problem. I used to eat meat, and I love a lot. But I tried to decrease the life. Not maybe I never can be able to make it zero,
Mhm.
but I'm trying to keep it in very minimum, very limited levels.
Okay. And
Because I know, and I believe the main reason of cancer is feeding animal-based diet, feeding with animal-based diet.
mhm. Yeah.
So
That-
I prefer to plant-based diets for
Yeah.
nutrition.
Yeah, but it can be quite difficult to do that. Are you finding it to be quite difficult now, or are you able to do it well?
Actually, it's so difficult. Every morning, my wife eats one egg in the breakfast during the breakfast,
Yeah.
and whenever you would like to prepare something, you have to put butter sometimes or milk. Of course, you can
Yeah.
find different solutions like soya milk or soda, but it's not easy.
Mhm.
If you buy something packaged, so I prefer not to consume packaged or processed foods also
Mhm.
because of health reasons. But obviously, in our world in 21st century era, it was so difficult to find fresh food. So
It's so difficult to find.
of course.
It is. Sorry, you said it was. We would say it is because currently it is.
It's so difficult to
Yeah.
simple present time.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to find unprocessed or fresh food. There is always something inside these kind of foods.
Mhm.
So it's not easy to make your degree zero, but it's not so hard to consume everything related with animal-based diet. So I believe I can consume foods 95 or maybe 99% of plant-based.
Mhm. Yeah,
But there is
that's
always
great.
1%.
Yeah, I mean that's much better. But it does take effort, does take time.
Of course, obviously, I love, for example, eating pizza. And if you eat pizza, there is cheese. There should be cheese. Without cheese, it's not a pizza. So even you didn't choose eat with some pepperoni or bacon, but obviously you have to put cheese. So cheese is animal-based food.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the what's the
alternative?
No. Frequent. What's the frequent of my eating pizza? Maybe once a month or once a 2 months.
Mm-hmm. Once every 2 months. So once a month or once every
once a month, once every 2 months. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, not a month, of course.
Yeah.
So I try to do this kind of things.
That's great. That's great.
What about you?
Well, when was the last? Ah, dang it! I had cheese yesterday, actually, because I hadn't eaten very much during that day, and I was starting to feel sick. I take some supplements, just to get like vitamin B and iron supplements. And if you don't eat enough when you take those, it makes you feel sick because it uses up what's in your stomach. Yeah. So then when we got to the shop, it is much easier to get something with cheese or with meat even, but I wouldn't get that. So I just got a pizza that you put in the oven. I got that so that when I got home, I had something to eat instead of having to use more energy to make something. But the only reason I had to do that is because I moved here for the lockdown. So that was a very quick move. Didn't have enough time to get everything sorted. But yeah, it's easy to usually do that, to usually stay away from cheese. But I'm not going to be incredibly strict with myself. Like you're saying, you know, it's a pizza, needs cheese. Once a month, it's fine, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's better to be more, what would be the word for it? More flexible when it comes to your food and your meals, because you don't want to over worry yourself, overburden yourself by saying, oh no, it has to all be vegan all the time. If you can't make that
it's impossible.
Yes.
It's possible, but sometimes
takes a lot of planning.
And also you may be how can we say behave rude to other people sometimes, because when you go somewhere crowded, people offer you to eat something, you cannot always reject them. You cannot always reject them. Sorry.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to just taste, or you have to just take a slice of or a piece of something, which can be animal-based food. So it was not so possible to be 100% vegan. In my culture, especially, rejecting people who offers you something, people who offer you something, is a kind of rude behavior.
Yeah.
So it's not easy.
We might say you may come off as rude, come off as meaning you're seen as you appear to be.
Appear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, people are offering you stuff. Obviously, you can say if you're vegetarian, it's more acceptable, more understood. So if they offer you meat, you can say, no, I don't eat meat. But yes, then cheese or egg, it becomes so complicated. Because also they bake something and then it's like, okay, does this cake have egg in it? You go to a restaurant, the people who have it, they don't know most of the time, or some of the time.
Of course.
Yeah. So your patrons, the people who are hosting you, they might not know if there's egg or cheese in it, and it becomes a whole extra issue.
Actually, thank God, I don't have any allergy or any obligation to being a vegan. Any obligation not to eat animal-based diet. So I can control myself and try to keep below 1%. I think it's enough for me.
That's good. Yeah. So it seems to be good and sort of maybe not easy, but manageable in your situation, and that's very important. And the way you're speaking about it, you're not, because a lot of people have issue with vegans, because some vegans can be very pushy or very loud-spoken, stubborn about it. Obviously, there's a reason for it. They feel very strongly about animals. If someone is eating an animal, it hurts because they're emotionally attached to the idea. But of course, being too pushy, being too stubborn about a subject causes people to disregard you, move on, ignore you, and that type of thing, because you're pushing too much. You're too over the top, essentially. So you kind of have to be like, no, I'm vegan. It's fine if you're whatever you are. And that is a better approach to the world as well. So you said that you and your wife are vegan or trying to be vegan? Okay, so your wife... Okay, so your wife is being vegetarian, or?
Actually, no. She feeds herself with everything. But I know in her mind, she would like to try to find a healthy way for nutrition. I think in short time, she will become like me. Try to manage and try to decrease animal plant-based diet in her life. But right now, in her mind, theoretically, yes, she believes in vegan is much more healthy. She believes in vegan or being vegan. I don't know the true one.
Yeah, being vegan.
Being vegan.
Veganism. Yeah, is
much more healthier.
Much healthier.
Much
you would
healthier.
Need to say more.
Of course, much healthier. But in practical.
In practice. Yeah.
In practice, she is still not a vegan or a vegetarian. She can eat all cooked kebabs, meats, everything.
Yeah, it is quite difficult. I mean, even if you've done it before, you've been vegan, I mean, tried veganism before, it can be difficult. And no matter how many extra things there are to help you with it, it can be.
But interesting, I think the metabolism gets to how can I say in English? Gets used to. I think used to be vegan, because sometimes when I go to kitchen and when I smell something cook something while something is cooking with ingredients animal based, and now I started not to feel good after I smell these what was it now? Smells. Yes. I think my body transforms slowly, and I think in next 1 or 2 years time, I will hate smells of animal-based foods, maybe taste of them, but at the same time, I am, and also my wife, we both are trying to decrease our sugar consumption. We love desserts very much, but we try to decrease the level of sugar consuming
sugar
in our life. Sugar consumption in our life. And for example, now when we eat or drink something with not so much, with little sugar, it tastes like honey. We overreact. But 10 years ago or 15 years ago, we also add sugar into tea. Or into coffee. But right now we all drink coffee or tea without milk or without sugar.
Oh wow, without milk as well.
Yes, as well. And now if someone offers us tea or coffee with sugar, when we taste it, we just react. What's this? It's like honey. So body and tongue getting used to in time. Gets used to in time.
It gets used to it in time.
Gets used to it in time.
Yeah, you could also say your body adapts.
Changes, yes. True, or adapts.
Yeah. I don't know about sugar. I haven't cut out sugar from my life. So, but I know what you're talking about because I stopped drinking soft drinks or fizzy drinks.
Well, we had stopped soft drinks maybe more than 3 years ago or 4 years ago.
Fantastic. Yeah, if you try another one, it is way too much. It is very fizzy, very sugary. Yeah, that's very difficult. Yeah.
We also don't drink fruit juice.
Oh.
Yes, fruit juice is so unhealthy. it seems like healthy orange juice, for example, but it's full of sugar.
Yeah.
And all vitamins are left and thrown out with the solid
pulp.
part of the orange.
With the pulp. We talk about pulp, yeah.
With the pulp, yes. And the best thing the best way of eating fruit is just eating it fresh. Eat a orange, because to gain a glass of orange juice, you have to squeeze more than 4 or 5 oranges.
Yeah.
And think about 5 oranges you eat, and think about the sugar level.
Yeah, it's very true. I try my best to make my own fruit juice. So I feel like making my own fruit juice is a lot better. It's a lot healthier that way. But yeah, it takes a lot of time, and even then it's
much better than packaged or processed one.
Yeah. But even then, it's still very, very, very sweet. Yes. Even with just fruit, it's normal fruit. I made fruit juice the one time, and it was too sweet. Actually, I had to add water to it because it was too much. It was just grapes, just blended up grapes, squeezed them so all the juice was coming out, and it was just too much. It was way too much. So fruit is quite crazy. It has so much sugar. We don't need to add sugar to everything.
But sometimes, just for fun, of course, we made smoothies.
Oh, yeah.
We make smoothies, and just because of its taste, full of ice, especially in summertime. Okay, it's for fun. Okay, but regularly consuming fruit juice just increase your blood sugar.
Yeah.
The sugar rate in your blood. So
yeah,
it's unhealthy.
Definitely, yeah. But that's great. So it sounds like you're making all the right choices.
Not all the right choices. That I try.
Or most of the right choices.
Just mostly try. That's all.
What would you say has been the hardest thing to give up or change or do differently?
Oh, if you ask about eating or drinking something, definitely, of course, decreasing sugar is very hard, because we love sugar. We are very passionate to eat desserts.
Very passionate about eating.
Desserts. And in Turkey, we have several kind of desserts and totally different styles, milkies, or carbon based, or sugar based, or natural one, or cooked one, baked one. Maybe 1,000 of different desserts, and it's not easy. We didn't stop eating 100%, but when you compare with for example, last year or 2 years ago, every night after dinner we ate a dessert, a piece of cake or piece of pie, a piece of something. But now once a month, or sometimes twice a month.
That's great. And then,
for example, tonight we will. How can we say? We wanted so much, and we just baked a chocolate cake, and tonight we will eat. But it means that for coming 2 weeks we won't eat any dessert.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're running out of time now.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about this next time. I wanted to just ask about sugar more. You said it's the hardest. I wanted to know now, is it still hard? But we're running out of time, so we'll talk about it next time.
Okay.
Thank you for the conversation.
Thank you, Jay.
Great speaking to you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good day. Bye.
Have a good